Yeah. How does it work?
Yeah.
Like, how does it know it? Like, what database are you
Yep.
kind of using it from, and give
Yeah.
us the details?
So it's a couple of things.
Hmm.
There is some AI technology
Right.
specifically around capturing pictures, scanning the picture for text, and then matching the text together.
Okay.
Right. And then there's and for the folks who are familiar with coding, then you'll understand this. But there's things that are called deterministic values, and so we use deterministic values to assign certain things that, like, you may find in if you were to read a book about like pairing wines with food, right?
Right.
And you can actually, I'm not sure if you saw this, but there's a feature on the app where you can add in what you're eating
Okay.
so that it takes
Yeah.
that into account
Right.
when you.
I did see that.
Nobody was eating last night.
Yeah.
Apparently. We had like
I
charcuterie.
did have some cheese, but
Yeah.
I didn't put that in
Yeah.
because I know I wanted red wine anyway.
Yes. So 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 we put some like deterministic factors in
Mhm.
there that essentially give you the information that has been researched, and there's a lot of data around that specifically, and so we pulled that into it. So it scans the menu, it pulls in kind of like the pairing both to food and your own palate, and then it scores it mathematically. So so it prompts you with three top items, right? The first one is the best match. So that's going to be the one that scores highest against your profile. So that's probably like a, 90 plus scoring to your individual profile.
Okay.
Then the second one you get is adventurous pick,
Okay.
which is like if you want to explore a little bit.
Yeah.
And that one means that it matches your profile to 80%, and there's only one option that's an outlier.
Okay.
So maybe it's a little bit more fruity than you normally go.
Okay.
So it is an adventurous pick. It's kind of like pushing your limits a little bit. Like, this is one that like could be really fun if you're open to try something new. And then the third one that shows up is your safe bet.
Okay.
Which is just like, you can't go wrong with this one.
Right.
It matches your profile, and also it's not too extreme in any kind of way. It's kind of like center of the road. And then if you scroll down, you'll see all of the rest that didn't make it into the top 3.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to see the percentage of it that it scored against. So
Okay.
you'll see like 78% score.
And that's so, I mean, I'm so excited to test this out, especially like this weekend. I'm sure I'll be getting wine.
Yeah.
But just if something comes up that I'm like, oh, I normally would choose this, but it wasn't in my top, and how it matches, like, maybe I'm like, wow, I'm second guessing myself of like what I like, which I think. So also like women in tech, that's kind of like a tough. I mean, there are so many successful women in tech, but it's still, kind of male dominated.
For
So
sure.
how does it feel to be, and also the wine industry is male dominated a lot of times. So how does it feel to be a successful woman in tech in the wine industry? How do you kind of push through those boundaries?
Yeah, that's really interesting. I have, I mean, at this point, it's almost like what industry is not male dominated?
Right. Yeah.
Let's like smash through these ceilings left and right. But I will say that, like, specifically the industries that I've worked in have always been predominantly male dominated. And I think it goes back to kind of like the story that I told earlier, just about like having the confidence in myself and honestly being humble enough to learn from people who know me.
Such an underrated trait. Like, I feel like it's like if you just take your ego to the side, I mean, you can be so successful with it.
Totally. So I think I operate very comfortably in areas where maybe I'm a little bit seen as the underdog. I actually don't mind it.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool though.
And the wine industry has been really interesting. I think it's been a little bit of like a mix of responses that are almost like a little bit nervous about like, is this AI taking my job? Right. And it's not. And specifically the way that like I see this is like, I see this as an empowerment tool for people to understand themselves better and to have confidence in themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to compete with Assam, who knows so much and can provide so much value.
Yeah.